Welcome to the Win Streaks preview and prediction of all 32 NFL teams for the upcoming 2017 season. Over the next few weeks, I will be covering all 32 teams, so please subscribe on YouTube or the podcast platform you're listening on so you don't miss an episode. My name is Corey Foister. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Corey Foister. Follow the show on social media. That is Twitter at Winstreak News, Facebook.com/TheWinstreak, TheWinstreak.com. Leave a review and subscribe on the podcast platform you're listening on. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Soaring Jets Productions. Contact us at either thewinstreak.com/contact or contact us at soaringjetsproductions@gmail.com. Join our fantasy football league. You can find out more information about that on our official Facebook page or on thewinstreak.com. Top 10 Super Bowl matchup we want to see is now live. And if you've never heard of the Win Streak before, check out my weekly wrap-up show that I do with my co-host, Brandon Myers. We talk football, college sports, basketball, hockey, baseball. We just have a great time, and we hope you enjoy it. Hopefully you'll laugh with us. If not, then, well, at least you're laughing and having some fun. This is team number 30. I'm almost at the very end of my wrap-up of all 32 NFL teams, and today I am doing the 2017 Tampa Bay Buccaneers preview and prediction. This is Tampa Bay's 42nd season in the NFL. This is the second under head coach Dirk Koetter. General manager is Jason Litch. The Glazer family owns the Bucs, or the Glazer, not 100% sure, like always. The Buccaneers are looking to return to the playoffs for the first time since 2007, the fourth longest drought in the NFL when it comes to playoff appearances. Only the Rams, the Bills, and I believe the Titans have a longer drought than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They haven't made the playoffs since 2007. That's mind-blowing. That is crazy. They have not made it this decade, and we're almost at the very end of this decade. The Buccaneers went 9-7 in 2016. Good for second in the NFC South. Of course, the Atlanta Falcons would win that division by 2 more games. 2 Pro Bowlers. Wide receiver Mike Evans, one of the best wide receivers in the entire league, and defensive tackle Gerald McCoy. After winning on opening day, the Bucs struggled through the rest of September. It was a very brutal September for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Took a lot of people that were thinking, oh, maybe the Buccaneers will take a step up this year. They kind of tuned out, and a lot of people don't realize they became a really good team, especially in the second half. Running back Doug Martin was sidelined for 8 weeks due to a hamstring injury. Bucs had first 5-game winning streak since 2002, the season when they went to the Super Bowl and won. This is the 9th consecutive season Bucs missed the playoffs. Like I mentioned before, the 4th longest drought in the NFL when it comes to the playoffs. Buccaneers finished tied with the Detroit Lions for the last NFC playoff spot, but lost the tiebreaker due to their respective records against common opponents. Basically, just what happened to the Buccaneers also happened to the Tennessee Titans, only it was for the division over the last wild card. Buccaneers had their first winning season since 2010. Bucs used to play in the NFC, or the AFC, I should say, but in 1977 they switched conferences with the Seattle Seahawks. Buccaneers won 1 Super Bowl in 2002, 1 conference championship 2002 as well, 6 division championships, last being 2007, and they have 10 playoff appearances overall. In 1976 and 1977, the Buccaneers lost their first 26 games, the longest losing streak in the NFL. And the Buccaneers have an overall record of 256 wins, 402 losses, and 1 tie. My franchise what if for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Bucs could have picked quarterback Aaron Rodgers instead of selecting Cadillac Williams with the 5th overall pick in 2005. Rodgers went 24th overall. They could have selected Drew Brees, who was taken 3rd overall, in the 2001 NFL draft, but instead they selected a human penalty machine in Walker. A lot of missed opportunities at quarterback in the draft for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And let's be honest, Tampa Bay Buccaneers have never had a true franchise guy. You think of like, the Steelers, you got Ben Roethlisberger, you got Tom Brady for the Patriots, Dan Marino for the Dolphins. When you think of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, there's not really a quarterback that pops into your head and like, that is the franchise quarterback of this team, the greatest of all time. Even the Jets, as bad as the Jets are, when you think of the New York Jets, of course, you think of Joe Namath and him winning Super Bowl III, that whole guarantee. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are really a franchise that are still looking for their really first ever franchise quarterback. 2017, to go back on that for a minute, I think Winston could totally be that first quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, 2017 outlook for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, pressure is on Jameis Winston to continue piling up big passing yards while cutting down on turnovers. He had 18 interceptions in the 2016 campaign. If he can play more efficiently and they can continue to progress in a few more other areas, the Buccaneers could win the NFC South and or make the playoff. The NFC South is going to be really tough. I don't think anybody is doubting that the Atlanta Falcons are going to be good this year, but the Carolina Panthers are also, I believe, going to make a bounce back. They have so much talent to yet go 6-10 yet again. Now, I find that very hard to believe that the Carolina Panthers are going to be bad once again. Biggest positive change for me, the offense was not bad last year, but the Buccaneers improved it. They added wide receiver Deshaun Jackson and tight end O.J. Howard to wide receiver Mike Evans and tight end Cameron Brake, who had 8 touchdown receptions last season. This gives Winston a lot of options. Both Jackson and Howard has the kind of deep ball ability that Winston's strengths play to. So I really like what the Tampa Bay Buccaneers did because it wasn't broken, but they still fixed it. They improved it. They made it better. That's why I like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think that they are a playoff team, and I think they can honestly go far into the playoffs this season. But biggest negative change for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, running back Doug Martin still has a 3-game suspension to serve, but Bucs seem confident he can return to his previous form. Bucs' 2.9 yards per carry last season was really bad. Bucs didn't bring in reinforcement at running back, so Buccaneers' running game in September will definitely struggle. They have to get past September, but then the running game will definitely improve, hopefully, in October. If it doesn't improve, then, more pressure on Winston and that wide receiver corps and the tight ends to get it done, to move the sticks. Tampa Bay lost backup quarterback Mike Glennon to the Bears, but they knew that was going to happen. Bucs brought in veteran Ryan Fitzpatrick. Ryan Fitzpatrick, of course, started with the Jets the last 2 seasons. Fell way down on his performance last season. The Jets would end up benching him for Bryce Petty, but Ryan Fitzpatrick as a backup quarterback is pretty solid. Dirk Koetter job should be completely safe. Buccaneers need to keep pace with the Falcons and the Panthers. Like I mentioned before, the NFC South is a rough and tough division. Preseason schedule for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at Cincinnati. They lost that game to the Bengals. At Jacksonville to play the Jaguars. Home to play both the Cleveland Browns and the Washington Redskins. Not a really bad traveling schedule. And really, if you're looking at your team, I would like the last 2 preseason games to be at home so you're rested and ready and you don't have to travel right before the regular season. Tampa Bay's regular season game-by-game prediction. The Buccaneers have 2 primetime games this season. The Patriots on Thursday Night Football and the Falcons on Monday Night Football. As always, worst case, best case scenario here. September 10th, you open up at Miami, a short travel down Florida to play the Miami Dolphins. I say worst case, best case, that is a win for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because, of course, Ryan Tannehill is not playing. I just don't buy Jay Cutler is going to be the savior of the Miami Dolphins. September 17th, home for the Chicago Bears. I think the Chicago Bears are going to be one of the worst teams in the NFC conference. I see worst case, best case scenario. You're going to win this game. The Dolphins have a quarterback in Jay Cutler, but he's not good. The Bears have a rookie quarterback. It really is. These first two games should definitely be wins for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers if they plan on making it into the playoffs. Final game of September is September 24th at Minnesota to play the Minnesota Vikings. Worst case scenario, you lose this game, but best case scenario, I say you win this game. The Minnesota Vikings, I could see them being 11-5, but I could also see them easily being 5-11. It's really hard to see, how is Bradford and Teddy Bridgewater, how are they going to do? They're both injury prone. They've both been well documented. They can both be good, but they can also both be on their back, hurt, and done for the whole rest of the season. Going into October, I say at worst you are 2-1. At best you are 3-0. October 1st, home for the New York Giants. Worst case scenario, you lose this game. Eli Manning with Brandon Marshall and Odell Beckham. They are dangerous when it comes to the long ball. But best case scenario, you beat the New York Giants as well. I believe the New York Giants are a playoff team. The Giants and the Buccaneers, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if both of them meet up in the playoffs. October 5th, a short turnaround game on Thursday Night Football to play the Patriots. The Patriots are going down to Tampa Bay. If the Patriots have one game that they're most prone to lose on the road, it's probably either the Buccaneers in Tampa or the Raiders in Mexico City. But I'm going to go and say that the Patriots win this game. So that is a loss for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. October 15th at Arizona to play the Arizona Cardinals. I just don't believe that Carson Palmer and Larry Fitzgerald and the rest of the veterans on this team are going to bounce back and play at peak form. So I say that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will beat the Cardinals. So give the Buccaneers a win in this game. October 22nd at Buffalo. I don't think I have to really say much about that. They just got rid of their best wide receiver in Sammy Watkins. The Buccaneers will beat the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo. October 29th, home for the Carolina Panthers. I say it's going to be a loss. I say you split with the Carolina Panthers. If you don't lose this game, you'll lose the game in December at Carolina. Carolina, I believe, will definitely bounce back. So, at worst, you are 4-4. At best, you are 6-2 going into November. November 5th at New Orleans to play the New Orleans Saints. The Saints have a good offense. They have one of the best quarterbacks in the league, but that defense is just pitiful. It's just an awful defense. So give me the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. If it's a shootout, I just believe that Tampa Bay defense will hold it together to get the win in New Orleans. November 12th, home for the New York Jets. I don't think I have to say anything. I'm a Jets fan, and I don't see how the Jets are going to win any more than 3 games, and that might be a little bit too generous for the New York Jets. So give me the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in a blowout against the Jets in Tampa Bay. Then you have a bye, and then the final game of November at Atlanta to play the Falcons. I say it's going to be very hard to play the Falcons in Atlanta in that new arena. It's going to be a very tough game. I say either way, you either lose it. I say it's going to be a close game, but the Falcons will beat the Buccaneers in that game. The Falcons could either have a hangover season, a Super Bowl hangover season, like the Carolina Panthers did the season before, or they go on a revenge tour and just kick butt and go back to the playoffs. And I think that's more likely to happen because they just have so much talent. So at worst, you are 6-5. At best, you are 8-11. Now going into December to make a playoff push, December 3rd at Packers to play the Green Bay Packers in Green Bay. I say that is a loss. I like Aaron Rodgers. The Packers are a very tough team in Lambeau. So Give me the Packers in this game. December 10th, home for the Detroit Lions. Worst case scenario, that's a loss. Best case scenario, that is a win. I say it will be a close game. The Detroit Lions, I have them going 8-8, but they could definitely surprise and go 10-6. The Lions are a good enough team to make it in the playoffs. I just think they need a few more games to break their way, and it could be this game. It's definitely one to watch. December 18th, home for the Falcons. Worst case scenario, you lose this game. Best case scenario, you win this game. It's going to be a very good game to watch. I believe this is actually the Monday Night Football game, the December one, not the one in November. Yeah, that is. It's the Monday night game, so that would be a very close one to watch. Who knows? There's only 2 more games after this. This game might determine who wins the NFC South. December 24th at Carolina to play the Carolina Panthers. Like I said, I think the Falcons and the Panthers will split the regular season games. And December 31st at home to play the New Orleans Saints. I say that is a win as well. So best case scenario, I see the Buccaneers going 12-4 in 2017. Worst case scenario, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers disappoint, but they still go 7-9. My final prediction, I'm going to go best case scenario. I think they will win 12 games. They'll go 12-4 in the regular season and make the playoffs. I think it's going to come down to, it's going to be a nail biter who wins that division. I say the Panthers still have an outside shot, but I say the Buccaneers, it's going to probably be the Buccaneers and the Falcons till the very end. Maybe the final game of the regular season will determine who wins the NFC South. So these Buccaneers-Falcon games are going to be fun to watch. But you look at their schedule, their schedule is really set for a playoff run here because the Dolphins, I say that could be an easy game. Bears, Vikings, Cardinals, Bills. I say you split with the Panthers. The Saints, I could see them sweeping the Saints. Of course, the New York Jets, the Lions. But really the only tough games I see are 2 against the Falcons, the Giants, the Patriots, and probably the 2 games against the Panthers. Other than that, I think that the Buccaneers have a pretty good schedule to get double-digit wins. So that is why I think they will go 12-4 in 2017. I only have 2 more previews to do, the Seattle Seahawks and the defending Super Bowl champions, New England Patriots. So stay tuned for them. But once again, my name is Corey Foister. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Corey Foister. That is CoreyFoister. Follow on social media, Twitter at Winstreak News, Facebook.com/TheWinstreak, TheWinstreak.com. Leave a review and subscribe on the podcast platform you're listening on. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Soaring Jets Productions. Contact us at either thewinstreak.com/contact or soaringjetsproductions@gmail.com. Join our fantasy football league. We'll have prizes. It's going to be a really fun time, so check that out. Top 10 Super Bowl matchup we want to see is now live. And like I said before, if you've never heard of the Win Streak before, check out our weekly wrap-up show with me and my co-host Brandon Myers. We have a really fun time doing it. We have a lot of fun things planned for this upcoming NFL season. So check out the Win Streak. We're on iTunes, SoundCloud, TuneIn, Stitcher, soon be on Google Play, and on YouTube. If you're listening on YouTube, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to do this season. How far, who knows, maybe they could go. I'm going to do a playoff preview show as well. Hopefully that'll be up either Monday or Tuesday of this week. But until next time, keep winning, everybody, and good luck to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.